Hello, welcome to the Cine-Park Drive-In Base Business Tour. Alright, let's get started here with what the inside of the base looks like. One good thing about these large metal gatehouses is they can provide cover on the sides of me while I open and close this gate. I'm gonna go right first, and this is how I get my vehicles in and out of the garage. There's this initial gate right here, and once I have this open the way I need it, I'll open up this gate, and I'll open up this, and now I can get a vehicle pretty easily in and out. One really good thing about this base location is the garage. The ceiling is actually a structure that is already in the game, and if there's anything in the garage, it cannot be harmed from above. What makes this base so unique is the structure that you're able to build around. It's supposed to be a ticket booth, and this is normally where you would pay to watch the film and then drive into the field area. But here in Miscreated, this is a great place to claim to build a base/business. Okay, so now that we've seen the garage, let's go onto the roof and see what it looks like up top. Here is a door that I can access the roof to, and then right up here is a watchtower, and this is where I do a lot of my scoping around and looking to see if anybody's moving in the area. Maybe watch for some people that are trying to come after an airdrop. This is where all of that happens. And I got a plated tire watchtower up here. This thing provides a lot of cover, a lot more cover than the normal watchtowers, and I highly recommend building one. One downside to this area is there are a lot of trees here. Oftentimes players will camp around here and take a shot at us when we enter and exit the base. That's what I see when I'm on top of my watchtower. Now let's go look more in depth in the base. This here is the roof that I was talking about. If I had a car in the garage and a player threw a grenade on top of this concrete structure, it would not damage the vehicle. There are weak points where it's possible to see the vehicle through cracks, and that's why I have these small metal walls wrapped around here like this. I haven't finished this yet, but it's almost complete, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. The foundation isn't high enough to seal the crack, and if I had a vehicle there, it's possible it could be shot through the crack. So that's why I've started to wrap these small walls around here like this. Also, there's this sign in here in the base, but it's too bad that it's blocked by these walls. Alright, so this is the external wall right here to the left of me. If they blow through this wall, then they'll have to blow through this next wall, which is just going to cost more and more C4. But if you watch this video, then now you know not to do that. So we're going to continue this way, and it just wraps around the entire base. It's one reason why this isn't my favorite base, but it's a unique base nevertheless. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to lock it. I'm going to lock it, of course, because just that one time that I forget is when I get raided, and then they just easily open and close the doors. Okay, so this is where I enter and exit the base. The right of me is the garage, and then here is where the other loot room starts. So I'm gonna go in here, and this is where I have my kiosk. I'm gonna open up this gate. I have my generator right here, which you now have to have a generator in order to turn on a kiosk if you have one of those in your base. This is not normally how I handle my loot rooms. I usually have several loot rooms with only one chest inside each room, but this base is currently maxed out on base parts, so I'll have to get creative and pack some things up so I can create more loot rooms later on. If you didn't know, the kiosk can actually be crafted under the storage tab, and this is where you can store items with AM coins and skin your weapons. which doesn't cost any AM coins. Sometimes when I apply skins to guns, it doesn't apply when I click apply, so if this happens to you, just keep trying to apply the skin and eventually it will work. I highly recommend to log out with your AM coins because it costs AM coins to put items into the kiosk and take items out of the kiosk. So keep that in mind whenever you have AM coins on you. They are very useful. Okay, so that was the inside and the outside of the base. Now I'm going to show you how I park my car inside. We used to have a foundation right here, but it got blown away in a raid recently. This base has actually been raided 3 times, and it's one thing to consider if you ever want to claim Cine-Park. People will raid this base location. It's out in the open and it's a unique spot with a very strong garage. One of my favorite things about this base location is that airdrops and planes land very close to it, and this attracts a lot of players for PvP. I recorded this a few days after claiming this spot, and we were able to obtain several airdrops and planes, which we stored the loot in the base. And when players see you go from an airdrop to the base, they know and they make you a target really quick to the server to hit because they know you've got a lot of loot in there. There's also a lot of brutes that spawn out here in the drive-in field, and these are worth killing for loot such as silencers, body armor, and other high-end gear items. Alright, let's see what's inside. An ACOG, a machine gun, and some other useless ammo that will turn into gunpowder. This was one of the times that we had the most loot here, but the base got raided and this stuff was confiscated. And congratulations to whoever was able to take this stuff. It only takes a few days to really loot the base up if you're an active player. It's one of my favorite spots because of this, just because you can collect airdrops and airplanes and just kill players. And this makes it a really nice area. Well, that was the Cine-Park business. Tell me what you think of it in the comments below. What changes would you make? I hope you learned something from this, and I appreciate you watching this video.